A bunch of new stuff about Guilty Gear. They announced that there's little avatars for Rebecca, David, and Lucy, by the way, which are pretty cool. You can get these in the game. Too bad I'll never see this avatar again because they've got a new ranked mode. So a bunch of stuff got added, all the Cyberpunk songs. When I'm not streaming, I'm turning this on ASAP, but I don't think I can have these on during the stream, sadly, because I'll get DMCA'd real quick. This is the online ranked match mode. It shows your rank up here and your placement match versus 8,625 RP. And you can see the different ranks here. So this looks like silver. If you're in Vanquisher, you can no longer be demoted to lower ranks, and matches for dual ratings will be in DR instead of MR. DR is reset approximately every 3 months, and players who achieve overall first place and character-specific first place will receive a special badge. It's literally just the Street Fighter system. This is the ranked mode people like, so it makes sense. Celestial floor is now treated the same as the other floors, is considered an assigned floor. Oh, this is for like non-ranked matches, right? Allowing players to enter regardless of their assigned floor. The Celestial floor challenge is removed. Even if you're in floor 10, you can be demoted, and those who are in the Celestial floor can no longer enter the 10th floor, and the reset no longer causes the demotion. You just go up and down based on rank. Player search for R code and stuff. Cool, cool, cool. Lots of things like this. Ranked matches have a Wi-Fi indicator. Very cool to see this. Also, if you have a laggy match, you can vote to cancel the match. Street Fighter also has this feature, which is really nice. Very, very nice stuff here. Win count stuff for ranked, etc., etc. A bunch of other things. Balance changes. Risk makes you take less damage because now instead of it affecting damage scaling, like before, if you had like 3 hits and then super, some kind of short combo like that with high risk, the super is just like unscaled and it does insane damage. And if you have lots of risk and you're doing a combo with like 70% risk or something, it's just like 6 hits that are unscaled. You just get nuked. So here's like a damage differential on the combo for like how the risk scaling goes. And as you can see, with like 50% risk, this combo does way less damage actually. They do say, however, that their focus is on making it so that if you have risk on you and you just get hit by like raw pokes and stuff, you take way more damage. So you can see like the far slash here does 38 instead of 29, and then it falls off pretty quickly. Look at how much damage the first hit here. 68 damage soul far slash. Characters who like put risk on you and then poke you in mid-range, like this is a lot of damage. I think there's quite a few characters that already wanted to do like multiple hits in a super immediately, basically. Yeah, this might really be a huge deal. YRC has changed. The only difference is that if you air block YRC, it's punishable. Really, really bad for you compared to before. On hit, the advantage is the same. It just pushes you away, so you don't get like strike throw. You can also do it while you're being guard crushed now. They also made it so that super PRC is gone. It costs 100 meter to do super PRC. This is huge. They also say stagger instantly. If you hit the button during stagger, you don't have to time it. You instantly just get out at the fastest possible timing. So they made adjustments to those based on that. All the wild assaults got changes. Red wild assault can no longer be canceled on block. So they want you to combo into it basically. And then blue wild assault is better if you use it for setups and block, which makes sense. White wild assault, you can't RC it and it's not advantageous on block. Okay, character changes. We don't have to spend a ton of time on each of these, but yeah. For Soul, 2S adds stagger, so he can do charge version of Night Raid Vortex after, which is pretty cool. That's sort of it. You can't cancel wild throw from normal and command normals. I wonder if that kills the Kara. It probably shouldn't, right? And tension gauge is spent immediately, so you can super PRC. Not a lot of big changes for Soul. Kai changes, he got some cool stuff. They made it so that shock state no longer is removed when your opponent enters hit stun. If you apply it at the start of a combo, you can like basically always keep it. And also stun dipper during shock state now gives you a hard knockdown. They also expanded hitbox of crouching S. So stun edge, this is just like a bug fix thing. Charge stun edge has a blowback adjustment, which is reduced, so it keeps you closer, and increase the launch on the final hit. Stun dipper launches on the first hit so that it doesn't like fall out. May changes, they gave her a bunch of good stuff. Maybe they're worried that the wrist change hurts her, I'm not sure. Crouching S has a stagger on it, and you can get a combo, which is like pretty crazy. Counter hit, you get S Dolphin, and then you can just do a combo of it. It's pretty good. Both of her best pokes, Far Slash and 2S, better, more consistent. Axel, 6K has been changed from a wall bounce to a tumble on hit so that you can combo Sickle Flash or Winter Mantis. The opponent will no longer tech on landing after being hit by Snail, so you just get a knockdown. I don't know how the 6K stuff will change his combos, but the Snail knockdown is really nice. Like, he probably can just take Snail into Tornado mid-screen now, right? And that's about it. It's Super PRC gone. Shrunk forward her box before the start of a sweep makes it a little bit better. It makes it easier to hit opponents' low profile moves. This character was really good before. He's probably chilling. No, I think Chipp's in a good spot. This is a good change to him. This is the enemy right here. This is the op. He is the best character. He should be nerfed the most in theory. Hammerfall has reduced movement speed and shorter duration, which is big. He has worse armor threat in neutral, and also worse Oki afterwards off of his big hits. And Slidehead no longer has armor. That is huge. Maybe, yeah, like counter hit 2S into Hammerfall break might not work as well. We'll have to see how much worse his combos are. Mega Fist has slower startup, making it easier to respond with standing P or K. FDB has faster startup, so 6K FDB can no longer be interrupted by 6P. That's a buff for him. Yeah, he also takes more damage, but this is a change a bunch of characters got. I think this is probably a change in response to how Risk is now, so that he feels similar to how he is now with the Risk changes, is my guess. In theory, how much worse is Potemkin? I'm not sure. I think the system change, not getting YRC into immediate pop buster or not, is huge. That's a big deal for him. But it also allows him to escape pressure and reset back to neutral against characters that maul him a bit. Guard Crush being a YRC-able is also bad for him. How much worse is his Oki and combo ability with the new Hammerfall? That will be the question. He needs some pretty big nerfs. The character is very, 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 very powerful. Knockback on Far Slash has been reduced. Comboing into 2H is more consistent. 6H launches on hit. No longer combos in a hole-in-one, the golf swing, when it is used from the follow-up with snip, 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 or thrust. However, mix, and thrust will be more reliable. Mix with down back input using combos causes less knockback. Okay, so that you can get the close slash link after more consistently, and then you can't do super PRC. This is the biggest offender. He's the super PRC like Baron. But more consistent combos from Far Slash 2H, 6H launching, and mix being more consistent are all buffs. Well, we'll see actually. The 6H one, it's hard to tell, because like stagger, not bad or anything. But it launching means he probably has better combos. Artemis now launches opponents on grounded hit. Whoa. And it's better in neutral. And S disc has reduced horizontal blowback on hit, so you can get better Oki. This also seems pretty nice for like when you're dashing into disc and then you PRC and then you can combo easier. Zato, he got Labubu. Float puts Eddie back to the player position and can be launched at any time. Eddie has no hitbox during the launch. His trajectory can be altered with a button input, allowing you to set him to various positions. Eddie life gauge recovery speed has been increased. Drunkard now has projectile invincibility. Oh shit. Let's say you want to deal with a projectile and you can't reflect it, you can just go through it anyway, which is pretty nice. Oppose is 1 frame faster and reduce horizontal blowback after a hit and more height to combo off of it. Wow. 15 frames of projectile invuln on Drunkard. That's pretty big. Ram changes, also very strong. She should have nerfs that are pretty impactful. They finally are like, wait a minute, is Ram good? Question mark. Bayonetta now has a reduced guard crush duration for the sword portion and decreased active frames for the explosion, making it easier to get out of it if she doesn't cover the gap. This is a big deal because right now it's sort of ridiculous. Attack level and recovery of Ondo has been adjusted, now leaving Ram at a disadvantage on block. They nerf Rock? Better neutral tool, but worse for pressure. I mean, it was pretty hard to deal with. It still probably will be pretty annoying. Jumping H, now shorter duration and added landing recovery. Changed active frames from 29 to 6. That's an NRS patch note if I've ever seen one. Sweep has longer range. Hey, you Ram players. You guys have been talking about sweep. There you go. Took 4.5 seasons. You got a better sweep. Landing recovery is 9 frames longer on 214K. Which is a pretty big deal. Daro has changed hit stun state of the opponent. What does this mean? I'm gonna be honest. I think this probably doesn't matter that much. I think this probably doesn't matter that much. This is annoying if you're a scrub. But this could be huge. Like, can you not do Far Slash Daro and then combo? Or is it just Far Slash Daro into knockdown? Ram wins 1 AWT once and dies. Ramlethal has been very good for the entire duration of the game. Do not allow her winning or losing to deter you. If you've been playing Ram the duration of this game, you've been doing fine. Unless Daro is nuked to the ground, I think she'll be fine. Leia Whitefang, also a god character in this version. Very, very strong. I don't know what any of these moves mean, so I'm gonna just go down. Sweep has less horizontal blowback, so you can get a cross-up Berserker more consistently. DP, they recover upon landing after the final hit, and then reduce horizontal blowback. Decrease attack level on heavy slash during Bernhilder stance. Wait, no hard knockdown DP? Okay, so what they want you to do is instead of doing 5K, 6K DP, they want him to do hit confirm whiff punish, dashing 2K sweep or 5K sweep, and then take the cross up. Like that's the objective here. This is a pretty big nerf to him though. Nago, Beyblade is a mid again. Standing H has reduced horizontal blowback on hit. Easier to set up Oki. DP has reduced cancel window for stagger timing, and that's it. Wait, these are his changes and you guys are like, Nago got shot? I don't know, he seems perfectly fine. Imagine Nago with new risk. You have any risk and he hits 5H and that shit does double the damage it does right now or whatever, right? And then he just like pulls up and gets pressure off of it. He also might get better combos if the blowback is not as far. Geo made her neutral better, they say. The startup speed of, okay, I don't know these words names. Powered up back kick. Okay, gotcha. What the fuck? They made it so much faster. And it's -3 now. Holy shit. Yeah, so she can do like dashing far slash 5H, this thing into the dog kick and then gets knocked down. This is way better. I mean, getting hard knockdowns into safe jump, into like close slash dash pressure, into whatever off of her pokes more consistently feels pretty good. Anji, the guard crush duration from fish has been reduced. Him doing spin into fish, into it not hitting me and me still being like, oh, my bad, is one, yeah. Why was this +11? This is already the most thoughtless neutral move in the game. You're already just doing spin thoughtlessly over and over and over, straight up. Like, he just was so belligerent. And -2 is fine. 2H has slower startup, faster recovery, and is plus on block. Interesting. He's pretty good right now anyway, so these changes seem nice. He's gonna mash spin in neutral, do fish, it's gonna get blocked, and then he's gonna mash backdash. That's the whole patch. He's gonna mash backdash or 2P every time. That's the whole character. Don't act like Anji is potential, man. Like, he's good in this version. He's been good for a while, actually. It's been like a whole season. You know, MLA is slower. It makes it easier to interrupt. To compensate, the knockback on hit has been improved to make it more viable in combos. Ina now moves forward during standing H, so she has better poke with standing H. Yeah, MLA is like a pretty belligerent move, I think. It's pretty hard to deal with. Better combos off of it. Nice bust for, you know. Can I just say, like, I think basically every change so far, I feel like it's pretty good. Goldlewis, Jumping D has reduced active frame duration and smaller frontal hitbox. This is a nice change. One of the most belligerent neutral tools in any game, for sure. The opponent will now tech upon landing after Behemoth Typhoon from mid-air. Oh. It now triggers a more powerful counter hit effect to make up for the fact that YRC, yeah, YRC is going to eat this guy alive in this version. And he has worse neutral. This needed to change. His Jump D has way less active frame, so you can't hit it on the way up as easily. New counter hit on Behemoth, we'll have to see. Yeah, this is probably the best time to play Strive since its release. There's a brand new patch, brand new season, brand new ranked mode. Jacko, Countdown has a shorter detonation time. That's probably a good change. Defend can now absorb the explosion of Countdown. That's pretty cool. This probably gives her a lot of other new setups that she can do with this. It would be very funny to do absorb and then like throw them when they're waiting for the explosion or something. Happy Chaos. 2S has more recovery, a lot more, and is worse on block. 6S now decelerates faster and has reduced range. Scapegoat appears further to the front. I cannot believe these are the only changes this character got. I'm shocked they didn't nerf Jump 2K at all. I don't know how big the Potemkin nerfs are on paper. It depends on how they actually are in practice. But him and Potemkin seem very scary in this version to me. Baiken, the downward hitbox at the start of Yozansen has been reduced. It is now more difficult to hit with Yozansen after an aerial backdash. That is a nerf. Crouching Heavy Slash has reduced knockback on hits. So it's probably more consistent to combo into stuff, right? You get Matt probably more consistently and Kabari from like every range. Parry command input now resets when either parrying the opponent's attack from long range or activating during block stun. I see. These are her only changes, huh? I wonder how this 2H is going to feel then. Because, like, imagine if she gets counter hit far slash 2H tatami into, like, close slash from, like, that. You know, that's pretty good damage. And, like, it probably makes her feel a lot better. Even 5K 6H. Testament changes. Sweep causes reduced horizontal blowback. So, like, if you do sweep into H Grave Reaper into 5K, you can get it more often. When Unholy Diver, this is the bird, hits, the opponent no longer techs upon landing. You can end combos with bird and just hard knockdown and then just take pressure. Stain no longer activated by OTGs. Oh, that's big. That means you can also OTG close slash off of this and then take that part too and like tap dust or low 50-50 threat off of that immediately. This is a big buff. Be like DP safe. Like imagine a hard knockdown bird dash 50-50 arbiter from range. You could probably do that. That's probably a thing too. All this is just better. Bridget buffs. Rock the Baby can now hit aerial opponents and has faster startup. So you can use it for air combos and rolling movement. The roll does more damage when charged. 32-55 is a big buff. That's a lot of damage. Always triggers wall break after hitting in the corner. What? That's cool. Sin. This character also quite good in this version. His strengths are that his neutral is really good and his offense kind of whatever. Elk no longer can be followed up with when it hits as a combo starter. So doing Elk follow-up into dash is no longer a combo. Makes sense with how good of a neutral skip it is, right? We've adjusted the blowback on Hoof, making it impossible to land additional hits from mid-screen. Oh, that's a big nerf too. So Elk and Hoof, no longer he has mid-screen combos. Instead, a wall bounce effect has been adding, allowing for new combos when hitting the corner. Let's say he does close slash 2H, Hoof, follow up, and then it like wall bounces, and then he could do like 6H, 5K, 6H or something. Like, I don't know, maybe he can do something cool off of that. The downward hitbox of jumping S has been extended. Ooh, this is big. Basically, the problem with Sin right now is that his only air to ground is like jump H or jump into land into Elk. He jumps like this, and then right here he does jump H, which hits like this, right? And you can 6P it. So if you're this person here and you stick out a 6P, It like hits like this and you can hit it, right? Or you land and then you go down here and then you elk. And then this beats 6p. That's his neutral, right? Elk hunt is better if when I jump, my jump S is scary. Crouching K, 1 frame slower, crouching K -3, so it's wire seeable. Beak, blowback adjustment, reduced tumble duration. Okay, if he can't do mid-screen / beak follow-up, command dash combo, this character is gonna feel like shit, straight up. He needs to be able to combo off of his mid-range pokes. His offense is not very good. Let me rephrase that. If you're good, his offense is not good. He like farms people who have weak defense, but at a high level, it's hard for him to hit people. He just boxes you and he wins mid-range. That's like his thing. If he gets close slash still, then he's gonna feel good. If he gets nothing, then that's gonna feel a lot worse. Hawkbaker change, it doesn't really matter, I think. Reduce counter hit effect on Tyrant Barrel. This is a buff, actually. Sometimes when you do Tyrant Barrel, first hit counter hits, and then doing the follow-up pop is like really hard because of the counter hit. RTL has this problem sometimes too. Bedman, I don't know what these are. The properties of Call 4 B1A, oh, this is a needle. The projectile properties of the first frame, 2H into needle, they say. Increased knockback launches opponent. Wait, that seems like a pretty nice buff. This no longer extends past the corner. This is nice. If needle knocks up, he can maybe do like needle PRC, full charge, bang, and then like, you know what I mean? These are nice changes for bed. Asuka, this is DP, no longer has invincibility, and it freezes you and you gain momentum. Oh, can he like freeze into like cycle, into like walk up, take knockdown or whatever? That's pretty nice. Low pass filter gravity now is adjusted blowback for his target and added a ground bounce effect. I don't know what this is. Bookmark full order now costs less mana, and recovery mana instant now recovers more mana. Ooh. Like the DP doesn't matter. The DP was pretty slow. You didn't really use it that much. It costs a lot of mana. It being a combo move now that you can like cycle resources off of is probably like an 800% improvement. It's hard to describe. And then they gave him 1 in test case too. If he legit can just like cycle resources for free anytime he gets you like this freeze, like this is a huge buff. This gives him so much time to do stuff, which he really, the whole match is him trying to find time to do stuff. Johnny, dash movement speed has been reduced. Standing H has increased knockback, creating more distance to the opponents on block and hit. So on block, you can set up more, and on hit, you get worse combos. It's more difficult to combo to Misfire or Wild Assault, which is big. On the other hand, increased distance reduces the risk of playing a card. Deal follow-up after Vault is available later. That's a big nerf. Get owned. You can't be skipping neutral if you've got normals and dashes like that. I'll say it. You want to have that far slash, that 5H, that 2S, that dash, and skip neutral, you can get fucked. Far slash has reduced hitback, making it easier to combo with standing H afterwards. Backdash is 4 frames worse. That is a big nerf. I think he's still going to be quite good. It depends on how big this is. The biggest nerfs are not even the normal changes. It's the movement changes, I think. I think if your character has big normals or ways to set up or control space, the new YRC is probably a lot better for him defensively. You know what I mean? But he did need some nerfs. I'm so curious if these Potemkin nerfs are big or not. Chain Lollipop has been adjusted, so the number of follow-ups is no longer reset when I hear I go is used. So she doesn't have infinite Rekka anymore. The bomb super now disappears if put into a hit stun state after placing it. In exchange, a launch effect has been added when the strike part of the move hits. It can now lead into Okizeme even after hitting mid-screen. Oh, that's cool. I think the way the Rekka worked before was very bad for like everyone. It sucked to deal with if you're new especially, and it was just obnoxious. Command Normal 3's hitbox has been expanded forward with the hit effect changed to a stagger 5HH. Oh, that's cool. The bomb super nerf is a pretty big deal, I think. Even though it's going to be better in some ways, it'll be worse in others. A.B.A, what does she get? The hurt box for Frenzy and Astonishment during Jealousy Rage has been expanded downward, making it more difficult to evade grounded pokes and projectiles. It's still possible to evade low-hitting attacks. Ground throw and air throw no longer deplete Jealousy gauge during the animations. That's a big deal. She's like about the same. She's like a little bit more consistent because of the throw change, right? She just throws you and then she could like OTG or go for pressure or do whatever, and it's like really nice. So, or she can uninstall. Strengthen the benefit for gain from jabs, but lowered some of the value of his high moves. 2H has increased horizontal blowback. Does this mean he can't do backwards power bunker? Yeah, this is Bat Stomp. Master's Hammer has increased recovery along with increased guard crush duration. So you can whip punish it more easily if you jump it. Attack level increase on standing P, meaning you get K Mappa. Ooh. That is a big buff. He gets juicy knockdown corner carry and then he can start mixing. 24 frames. Wow, that is a lot more recoveries. Yeah, his jabs were kind of shitty before, but now he is actually just fucking your whole day up. No longer triggers ground attack on landing. Increase height on ground bounce. Increase launch height on counter hit. Oh, fuck. Wait, that's pretty big, no? Hard knockdown on this is like fucked. His mix is probably so scary. All right, what do they do to Dizzy? This character was not very good. Active frames on I use this to catch fish has been extended. This allows it to be used on the wall to prevent the opponent from approaching. The projectile durability has been increased. The opponent no longer attacks upon landing after Michael sword. Whoa, she could just confirm into S sword and then get a knockdown and then set up. Forward hitbox of 2S has been expanded. Frozen state does not trigger wall stick. That makes sense. They made her setup better and they made it easier for her to set up. Can she do like Michael sword into wings? Probably. But having better fish off this is pretty nice. Venom. The text is small. That's how you know they had some shit to do. The duration of the balls remain after being struck is increased. Oh, so you can like re-hit. This is something that I'm happy that they changed this, because in other games, it felt like he had the chance to hit a ball and then like teleport or move around and then hit the ball again more often. I feel like this isn't something he did that much in this game. Additionally, the balls do more damage. We revised the hitboxes of various normals to make it easier to strike the set balls. In particular, jumping attacks were prone to missing. Yeah. 2H is blowback adjusted, making it easier to use in combos. Nice. This improves the consistency of combos after close slash. Huge change. I think everybody wanted this. Carcass has reduced recovery and makes it more viable in a wide range of situations. We fixed some issues. Like all these jump normals got changes so that you can hit the ball easier. They stay on screen for almost triple. Actually, that's huge. His 5K is bigger. His air normals are bigger to hit the ball easier. His 2H has better combo, whatever. QV expanded hitbox for the non-charged and lightly charged versions, which makes probably his combos feel more consistent. Damage on Carcass is increased, doubled. Change recovery as well. Holy. S Carcass is plus. Way better. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think this character is gonna feel juiced as fuck, probably. This character is gonna feel completely new, I think. Unika. She's not been in the game long. I think most people think she's like amongst the high tier, but not top tier characters. Hitbox adjustment on Arbalest, preventing it from hitting an opponent located behind you, and super change. That's basically it. So no changes to her. This patch seems awesome. Maybe the only thing I'm concerned about is Happy Chaos. The more things change, the more they stay the same. People say like, oh, pod didn't get nerfed that hard, but like Hammerfall has reduced movement speed and shortened movement duration. How much shorter? Like imagine Slidehead, no armor, and then Podbuster and all knockdowns, no Oki, because Hammerfall is so much slower. It's very hard to say how much worse his pressure is, because we don't know how much worse Hammerfall is. Could be much worse, could be very similar. I think that's cope, but I hope you're right. It's not cope. It's like you and I don't know. You don't know, I don't know. Like we just don't know what the change is. They say that it has reduced movement speed and shorter duration, and that Oki is different now, making it easier for opponents to respond. How much different? I'm not sure. Nobody is. We just have to see what the changes are like. I think the changes are pretty sensible from top to bottom though. All the changes seem pretty good. They did a pretty good job with basically everything.